Okay. So, thank you guys for coming today. The purpose of this discussion is just to analyze your online shopping experiences. This project will help my team complete a project for a class in the Masters of Communications Management program at the University of Southern California. Is everybody okay with us recording this?
Yes.
Please be assured that your identity will be kept confidential and the information gathered from this discussion will only be used in this research assignment. So really the only people that are going to see this video are my classmates and perhaps my professor. So let's go around the room. Start by telling me a little bit about yourself, your name, where you normally shop for higher end clothing and accessories, and maybe your favorite part about online shopping.
I'm Dee Lewis, and I normally shop for high-end stuff at Nordstrom, typically in store, sometimes online. As far as like flash sales, I subscribe to like Ruella and Gilt and Hope Look. I can't say I shop on there all the time, but I do look.
My name's Colleen, and Nordstrom, but I hardly ever buy online, only if they don't have my size in the store while I do it online. So you're always in the store. Like if I'm spending a lot of money on a bag, I always go to the store. So for instance, I just got a Burberry scarf, and I could have bought it online, but I went to the store because it was, I don't know, it seemed like a lot of money to spend online for something. I felt like I needed to see it. And I don't subscribe to any.
So you feel like you needed to touch it?
For sure. Yeah, totally. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
a chunk of change.
At a certain price point,
Yeah.
I feel like you have to see it in person.
But I will say that I shop at J. Crew a lot, which is considered like high end, but I exclusively shop online at J. Crew.
Why do you think that is?
Partly because I'm tall, so I have to get the tall sizes there, but also because their email marketing really gets me. I mean, they do a very good job of that. And then, I don't do any flash shows. It's bad for me.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I'm Melanie Schlachter. I hate shopping. I hate it. So I would prefer to shop online, but I will only shop online if there is a very easy return policy. When I do shop in person, it's more like special event related. So like Nordstrom's, Neiman's, like dresses, bags.
Yeah.
I also like to do boutique shopping because I like to support local, and I don't know, there's just something about boutique shopping that I feel like I can justify splurges more readily. I subscribe to Ruella and some other sites, but I've rarely never pulled the trigger mainly because of like return policy questions or perceived challenges. If I'm going to drop that kind of money on something, like I want to know that it can go back if I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I almost have like a virtual like dressing room mentality. Like I will order 4 pairs of shoes from Zappos or Piperline and return 3 of them. Know that I'm going to keep one. So that's how I roll.
My name's Nikki Blattner, and for high-end, I guess, purchases, I'm basically the same as the rest of the group with going to Nordstrom. I feel the same way as Melanie about the return policies, and I also only like to purchase online for the most part when it's free shipping. So I'll make sure to meet my minimum order, and if not, then I won't do that. But I do like the touching and feeling for clothing and whatnot. I have to kind of try things out because I can't just say I'm size X and that'll fit. So usually that kind of stuff has to be done in the store. For the flash sales, I'm just Gilt and Pout, but it kind of comes and goes. Like sometimes I will do that kind of stuff for gifts, but not too frequently with myself again a lot because of the return policies and just the danger of purchasing.
Awesome. Outside of the ones that we've already mentioned, what are some of the other names of companies that you think might be the top online shopping sites? Anyone can answer. Like
Are we just specifically for clothing or
Amazon
any type of shopping?
Oh, Amazon.
Amazon, yeah.
I order from Amazon like weekly. It
Yeah,
seems like.
yeah.
Overstock. I'm on Overstock a lot.
Yeah.
Usually for house stuff, though, not really
Yeah.
clothes.
Target.com.
I'll do Target. Yeah. Walmart sometimes even.
You know, a website that saves your information, like when you go to Amazon, it's all in there, and you just click it. This Buy by Baby, same thing. Like when I'm on Buy by Baby to get something, I can use my Amazon information in it. That way I don't have to pull out a credit card and put the number in and do all that business.
Mm-hmm.
Diapers.com and
Oh, that's
subsidiaries.
Diaper.com.
Peapod.
What do you guys, how often do you shop online and what are you getting most frequently?
Well, we do, just because of logistics, we order our paper towels and our toilet paper. That's like scheduled to come to our house
Through Amazon or?
through Amazon. And formula through Amazon. And like I said, I order a lot of clothes from J. Crew through online, but I would say like if I'm buying clothes, I like to typically be in the store. The shoes, I always buy shoes in person.
I do a lot of kids' shoes on Zappos, so that's easy with the
I
the
never
free
buy
shipping.
shoes in person. Really?
No.
I hate shoes shopping.
Yeah.
Fashion.
Oh, that's funny.
Really?
I feel like that's easy.
100%.
So you don't love shoes.
I do a lot of my kids' clothes shopping online.
Yeah.
Like if it's not like Old Navy.
Yeah.
Like I do a lot of like tea, mini Bowden.
Yeah.
Like stuff that you can't really find in stores,
Yeah.
or it takes a lot more effort to find in stores.
Yeah.
And there's more like sales deals, I feel like, when you do it online.
Books, I get books online.
Oh, yeah.
Almost all my
Yeah.
books come from online.
Books plus on Amazon. H&M for kids' clothing, order online.
Melanie, where do you buy your kids' clothes?
Online through Gap and Old Navy. Uniforms through Amazon. So that makes it easy.
By definition, a flash sales site is a business like Luella, Gilt, Zulily that has deeply discounted merchandise for a short period of time. How often would you say you've used a flash site, or do you? Or tell me about your feelings about flash shopping.
I feel like it definitely incites like impulse buying.
Oh, definitely.
So, and I definitely used to do it a lot more, like almost daily, I'm afraid to admit, like when I was working full time, because when I turned on my computer at work and checked emails, and there was always like a Rulala or Gilt or Hotlook email, so then that would be like my next step, like, but it definitely triggers a lot of impulse buying, so, depending on if I'm looking for something in particular, if there's a brand that flashes up that I'm specifically interested in, then I'll open it, but I'm less likely if there isn't like a specific brand or product that's being advertised that day.
Like what brand?
Like if it's brands that I already use, like for the kids, for example, like if Zulily ever has like tea or Bowden on their, that's like always my first, or like Keens, like brands that I know that we get all the time, that's when I'm more likely to pull it up. For myself, there's not so much anymore that I would pull up unless there's like a specific shoe brand that I like, and that could just be random. So.
What about you guys?
I don't use the flash site, so
I am reluctant to use the flash sites. My perspective is is like, it's too good to be true, or when I do look, it's like the styles that I would have tended to want are already sold out.
Yeah. I don't like the pressure. I don't like being told I have to do it in a certain amount of time.
Yeah, that too, because things get put in your cart for like 15 minutes, and then you have to like decide if you want it or not.
Yeah,
and it
it
goes
seems
away.
like a bullying tactic.
Yeah.
So you don't like the deadline of product availability? You don't think like it encourages you to make a commitment?
Well, it
or you
does-
think it opposite?
It does
But
the opposite.
I think that when you're talking about spending a significant chunk of change, like to me, like a pair of sunglasses that's over $130 is something that I want to
Yeah, try.
be knowledgeable about at least. So I'm not going to do that on impulse just because there's only two.
Yeah. And often it seems to me that it's just like, it's not exactly what I want, right?
Exactly.
It's not like the exact color I want or the exact style I want, so like why even engage?
I'd rather spend $150 for the ones that I want than $130 for ones that are like 2 degrees of separation from what I want.
Exactly. Because then you know you'll wear them and get the use out of them.
Well, and the different flash sites have different policies too, right? Like Zulily, you can't return anything, right? I think they're final sale on everything, so like you really have to think twice about whether you really want it. And with Zulily, like you don't know when you're gonna get your stuff.
Yeah, sometimes
Sometimes
it takes
it's
a very
like
long
2
time.
months later, and you're
Right.
like, I forgot I ordered this.
Right.
Or if it's something that you want more immediately,
Yeah.
like you really can't order it from there because you
Right.
don't know how long it'll take to get to you.
Right.
Okay. What kind of products would make a flash sale enticing to you?
Well, like I said, if it's brands and sizing that I'm already familiar with, because then I don't have to guess on size and whether something's going to work and have to worry about returns. Because I do appreciate like free shipping and free returns, but I'm kind of lazy about sending stuff back and packaging it back up and taking it to the post office that I like sometimes don't even bother. So I'm more likely to buy it if it's a brand I already know about and I'm like familiar with their sizing, so I'm more confident about what it's going to be like when I get it.
So, when you do shop online, how often would you say you're influenced by email marketing when it comes to you? So, Colleen already mentioned that J. Crew does a really good job. Does somebody have to send something every day? What kind of frequency do you prefer?
Every day, in my opinion, is too much, and that's one of the ones that I opt out of pretty quickly. I feel like every few days at the max, maybe once a week.
I am a sucker for the like short window, and by that I mean like 3 to 5 day, like 30% off. I will almost always like fill my cart with enough things to get the free shipping and get whatever seasonal things, whether it's back to school or summer or vacation clothing. At that point in time.
Who do you see doing that?
Gavin Levine, Land Under Uniforms. I almost always buy during those windows.
Yeah. I usually, and I find myself waiting for those too. Like if
I
there's
wait for
something
them.
that I want from one of those retailers,
Right.
I'll always wait
Agreed.
because I'm like, oh, there's gonna be a 30% coming one of these days.
Exactly. I will never spend full price on khakis or leggings because I
Right.
know that those deals are coming and I wait for them. And I also buy from them multiple times during the sale. So like I went through and I got like pants and then I was like, oh, they're still having, I got the reminder, they're still having the 30% off. Might as well get an extra Oxford and like vest for uniforms most recently. Or it's 40% off, they could use a new backpack. I'll splurge. Like, I can justify that. So I hit that sale like 8 times.
Are there any other like big sales you know in your head, like, oh, I'm gonna wait because I know this is coming? Like, other than Gap and Old Navy, like who else?
Nordstrom does a good half year.
Yes.
The anniversary.
So everybody kind of knows about the
Yeah.
Nordstrom anniversary
Yeah,
sale.
it's on my calendar.
And they do a cool thing where when you're the card, you can do the preview early.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was really on top of things, especially
Yeah.
for their fall stuff,
Yeah.
I would go to that.
And you get like rewards points.
Yeah.
So like you get double points days and
Triple
points days.
Yeah, I need
So
to get
that's
that
usually
out.
when I wait to shop for high ticket things is when I'm gonna get triple points on my Nordstrom card.
Yeah.
And
And you can always ask them. They'll
tell you when.
Well, you can ask them too. If you go to Nordstrom, because we were there, Brian gave you a bunch of stuff, and it wasn't a triple point thing, but
But
once
you
a
get
year
one day.
you can add triple points.
Yeah.
So we got like $400 back.
Yeah.
Oh, so you said that you wanted that to be your triple point
Yeah.
day.
So you spent like, I don't know how much.
Or else like, so I get the kids, I get a lot of clothes from Mini Bowden, but I know that they always have like buy 3 items, get 1 free sale. Or like there's always like one of those incentives coming up, so I always wait for those deals.
And Bye Bye Baby sends you a 20% off coupon, which that's the only reason I have a kid in their emails or like unsubscribe.
Banana
And you know they
Republic,
don't expire,
They
right?
always do.
Yeah.
They expire,
Yes.
but they
Yep.
take expire.
He said banana too, with their
In
40%
that
off.
Gap Old Navy group. Cool. So, when you're shopping online, what's most important to you from a user experience perspective? Like, what do you hate about online shopping sometimes? Is it like a long wait for shipping? We already addressed returns are a big deal. Is it design related? Is it how things are categorized? Is it being bumped out? Is availability an issue or sizing an issue? Like, what makes you just say, okay, this sucks, or this is amazing, I want to use it all the time?
I would definitely say the searchability is the way that it's broken down by categories to be able to find what you're looking for. I mean, if it's like some of the flash sales when it's like just a bunch of random stuff for under one thing, it's like, well, I don't care about that, but looking for that all the way at the bottom. It's how it's
Yeah.
laid out.
I like the sites that let you narrow down by size, so that you're not just searching for
Yeah.
a million items
Yeah.
and none of them are in your size. So
Right.
I like them to narrow down by size. I like when there are customer ratings or feedback on the items because that gives you an idea of how things fit, like if they're true to size or not. I like when customers can post pictures too. Sometimes people will post a picture of something on and it looks totally different than how it looks like on the model. The Bowden website does a good job of like for clothes, they'll have pictures of the models and the clothes, but you can also change the settings so you can see just the items, and then they'll just have the clothing itself laid out. So because it looks totally different when it's just the dress sitting there as opposed to when it's pinned back on a model and fitting perfect. So I like that.
Tell me about your experiences with mobile shopping. Like, do you guys ever buy things from your phone?
No.
Never?
I do.
You do?
You mean the apps?
Only the above mentioned sites that I'm already familiar with, like the layout, whether it's like Old Navy, where I can shop by category easily, or Zappos, that I think they have a great model of being able to narrow down by size, style, price, color. I don't know if I would venture outside of sites that I'm comfortable with.
It's usually the sites I'm comfortable with. And I usually I hate when you click on it and it turns into their mobile site. There's just something really different about their mobile site versus the full site. So I'll always click to look at the full site because there's just something weird about the mobile sites usually for me.
But what about from an app?
That's the same thing, right?
That's what she's
Well,
saying. She's
not
referred to
necessarily.
I
the
have the Amazon app,
Right.
which I've used from time to time, but I prefer the full version.
Me too. I
In
guess
almost
it's
every case.
Yeah.
Because usually when you're, or at least when I'm shopping on Amazon, I hardly ever just get one thing.
Right.
I'm usually buying a bunch of things because it just sort of dawned in my head, I need this, this, and this. So I kind of need to sit down and think about it. And, search through stuff.
I also like to be able to add things to my cart from an app or from my phone, but then go back to the full site on my desktop and vice versa. Like I like to stay signed into my account in both places. Because sometimes I'll just shop when I'm laying in bed with my kids or whatever. And then hit the purchase button at another point.
So,
Yeah, because that gives you a chance to edit your cart, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it. Is purchasing high-end luxury goods important to you, or do you feel like you're just more practical or accommodation?
Depends on I mean, sometimes I like a nice bag, but it's like,
What are some of the products you're comfortable spending a lot of money on?
Say bags and jewelry.
Bags, shoes, and jeans.
Jeans for sure.
For
Jeans.
sure.
That's a
Because
good
you wear
call.
them a lot
Yeah.
and you want to get nice
Yeah,
bags.
I have no problem grabbing custom
Yeah.
jeans.
Yeah, jeans. You know, I don't spend a lot on shoes.
I don't either.
I buy Sperry's and I get like 3 at a time.
Yeah.
And I just keep them in my closet.
I beat my shoes up too much, so yeah. Like bags, jeans.
It's stuff that if you're gonna spend a lot of money on it, it's stuff that you know is gonna be around for a while. So like things that are classic,
Mhm.
that aren't like I don't spend a lot of money on trendy items but like for staples, like a great white shirt, like a button-up white
Yeah.
shirt or something like that. I'll
Yeah.
spend money on that.
Winter apparel.
Yeah,
Outerwear.
jackets.
Yeah.
Winter coats.
Mhm.
Aria
Boots.
is another one.
Yeah.
And Patagonia.
But do you feel like you have to try that stuff on? Because you know your size in those brands.
Yeah.
Or if I'm in question, I'll order 2 sizes and I'll send one back.
See, I'm like Dee Dee, I'm lazy about sending stuff.
I am too, but I want the opportunity to be able to do it for free. That also makes
Well,
it easy.
and
That
with
shoes are-
high-end, I feel like with high-end clothing and shoes, they tend to be like European brands, and the sizing is always
Mhm.
different. So those, like, you always have to try those on. Like shoes are always off.
What do you tell me more about European brands? Or are there any in particular that you would like, but you have trouble finding the right size, or they're not available?
Like anything that's like Italian shoes, like some, not that I have them, but like I'll look at like Prada shoes, for example, because I'm like, oh, it'd be nice to have a pair of Prada shoes. And like, but they're always like those number sizes, right? So it's like 37, 38, 39. And so like, and I never know which size is going to be right for me. Like, I bought a pair, so on a flash sale site, I bought a pair of Burberry rain boots. And I told like they're the wrong size. You know, they're just a little tight, you know, but then like I couldn't take them back. And they're fine, but like, you know, something like that I would have liked to know whether they run small or not. But it's like, it's always different with European sizing. Which again brings it back to I'm more comfortable buying the brands that I know the sizing of.
Right.
And that's where like the size chart, conversion, and like user feedback would be really helpful.
Yeah.
To
But even
show-
the size chart conversions are off sometimes.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So
What are some of your favorite high-end brands?
Tory Burch. Marc Jacobs.
I think handbags.
Handbags.
Mm-hmm. Handbag, shoes.
I'd love a Chloe bag. But it's not in the budget.
Dresses, like special occasion dresses.
DVF.
Yeah, I don't buy enough.
No.
Yeah.
Trying to
I
think.
mean, of course, everybody
I love
wants it or
Burberry.
has like Louis Vuitton, you know,
Yeah.
teeny tiny one. I need a bigger one.
Your mind is like,
Yeah.
I do like those Louis Vuitton everyday totes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like them in the lighter checker. Not that you know this is it.
We're making your birthday wish. Right.
So, what if you had an app on your phone that was kind of like your cart for the day? And you could shop at all these different places on your phone, but it would all go into one cart and you would pay one time.
I don't think I would use it.
No.
Like I said, I have to be for high-end items. You mean?
Anything.
Oh, for anything.
Yeah. Anything online shopping related.
Well, when I go to Amazon to get a few things that I know, I always end up getting other things, which isn't so bad. It's so sometimes I need to be on that site to do it.
Do you feel like you find yourself on Amazon a lot just because of product availability and maybe not so much the price of things?
Part of it, well, yeah, it's easy. I mean, that sort of stuff, I like getting shipped to the house.
Mhm.
You know, like paper towels, toilet paper, laundry detergent, that sort of stuff. You know, like I'm just looking for a sleep sack for Fiona. And I could go to Buy Baby and but I don't really have time
Yeah.
today, so I just put it on my Amazon cart.
Mm-hmm.
I like to do a lot of gifts on Amazon too, like for kids' birthday parties. It's like, oh, I bought that person this. It was good, great. You get it in 2 days. It's not a lot of planning, and I can go to a store.
My Amazon cart functions the same way as what you're describing. It's like so random and a little bit of everything that I need for the next however many weeks. So it's sunscreen, it's birthday gifts, you name it. It's everything.
And so you find yourself going to Amazon a lot because they have just everything you need in one place.
Mm-hmm.
And they're
Do you-
known for.
Do you
Well,
know
it's
that
supposed to
those
be
prices
cheaper.
are as competitive?
I price shop.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be at a store and I'll look it
Yes.
up on Amazon to see
Yeah,
how much
I do that a lot.
Amazon is for.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was doing the formula stuff for Fiona, we were doing the already made formula, which is pretty expensive. Like the
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
right? So it's like, well, how much is it here versus other
Yeah.
places? And I price shopped that. And it came
Yeah,
out
that's
to be,
really expensive.
essentially it came out to be about the same because through Amazon I was able to get free shipping. Whereas it was cheaper in another place, but I had to pay for shipping, so. But I wouldn't buy a bag on Amazon, like a
Right.
purse.
Or
It's just,
jewelry.
it's like the stuff you get at Target, I can get at Amazon.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we get jewelry at Amazon.
How did you find out about those things on Amazon?
Just the search function.
Just the search function. Wasn't
Just
like
knowing you need to
stunting
get
though.
these
Wasn't
things.
like Amazon Mom or Amazon Prime or any of that. You just
Just
Search
yeah.
box.
and that's what comes up when you're looking for a certain product.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Have you guys ever heard or shopped on Modnique?
I've heard of it. I don't know the suppos.
They're a flashlight. Sells a little bit of everything.
I've heard of it. I'm not subscribed to it though.
Is
Oh,
there-
another site that I use now is Groupon Goods. I buy stuff on Groupon Goods.
Tell me about that.
Yeah.
Like I just bought a Dyson vacuum on Groupon Goods last week. It was $200. So
No way.
I was like, I mean, because we have a Dyson stand up, and I wanted a canister because we never go upstairs.
Yeah.
So, so they do flash sale. Like they only have a certain quantity, I guess. Because by the time I bought it, the animal ones were gone, but the regular ones were still there, and it was like a fraction of the price.
Wow.
And then I ended up just kind of surfing their site for like all kinds of other random
That you kinda
things
needed,
that they had, that
that
I
they
didn't
had.
really need, but I'd
But,
seen before,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh, let's stay here because
Yeah.
it's cheaper.
But you had a good experience with it.
Yeah, like if the vacuum came in like 3 days, I can return it for free.
Yeah, I would be more likely to buy a vacuum, like something like that from
Yeah.
a flashlight.
Well, and I will say when I went on Groupon and saw that, then I went back to Amazon to read the reviews on the vacuum first, just to make sure it was a good vacuum.
How often do you guys read reviews when you're shopping? It just depends on the product.
Yeah, definitely depends on the product.
I look at the stars,
Mhm.
and if it's a 4 out of 5, I can usually make my decision on there. On occasion, I'll just skim kind of like the outlier reviews.
So, say you're on Amazon, and you type in something and you find a bunch. How do you filter from there? Like, how do you
Reviews?
sort? How do you sort your page as it comes up?
Like if you just pull an item up?
Right. So I'm looking for black socks. Then what?
Definitely by order of what pops
Yeah.
up.
Because it's usually the most popular one.
So the default's most likely relevance. So relevance to your search.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever continue that sort
On
function?
page 2, I'd say rarely.
Sometimes I'll sort price high to low just to see what's high and to see what's low, just like what the difference is.
Yeah.
And sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't.
Mhm.
For Amazon, for me too, it's usually going to be the ones that fall into the Prime and get the free shipping.
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
Everything
Yeah.
falls into that Prime.
So you always check the Prime box?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think you even need to check it. You need to check the Prime box. I don't know.
You can sort.
Oh,
You
I
know, like,
have
just
not
have
done that, but you
Prime
can see if,
items.
if it's shipped free or if you have to pay an outside person, and if so, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I usually do it.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to add, maybe from a marketing standpoint? Any retailers that have really impressed you with your marketing so much so that they have gotten your business because of it? I mean, outside of the Gap Old Navy 30% off sale, is there anybody else like you see does a really great job marketing?
I think I keep coming back to J. Crew. I think J. Crew does a great job because it looks good, like aesthetically, like emails. I mean, like I get a lot of emails from them, and I have a pretty low threshold of like stuff I get irritated with that comes in my inbox, but I always keep them because I think their emails look good. I think they get to the point really quickly, and I think their site's really easy to use. And so I think they do a very good job. And the way they get me to come purchase, it doesn't feel pushy. It just feels like...
Because they do the 30% off, so what do they do?
They do the 30% off. They do free shipping. Sometimes they'll have free shipping just in general. Sometimes it's free shipping after you spend X amount.
Okay.
I mean, they'll update me on when sale items have been added to their sale. So, I'll shop their sale and...
Yeah.
But they don't irritate me.
Yeah.
Is that the factory outlet or straight J. Crew?
Straight J. Crew. Factory, same thing. I mean, it looks good. It's clean. It doesn't look wompy. I don't have I have a low tolerance for stuff that looks weird.
Nordstrom does a good sort of creepy job of keeping track of what you look at. So like when I go to Facebook, there's the purse I was looking at, like on the side of my shoes.
Yeah.
So it's like constantly reminding me of what I liked. And I don't think they're pushy. And then they have that whole like you can get on a wait list for something if like something's out of stock or in size, and you'll get an email as soon as it comes back in stock, and it'll say like hurry before it's gone, and then you get like tempted to buy it again. So I like that. There are some retailers too that like you buy something and then when you get it, you get like a 20% off promo code.
What do you think about that? Do you feel like you use those a lot?
I tend to like if I'm gonna buy something, if I know I'm gonna buy something again, I hang on to those.
I'll just add to, in terms of like buyer behavior, if I am on Zappos and I'm seeking out a specific style and size and I see there's only one or two left, I'm way more inclined to buy it right then and there because it's a style that I sought out. It's not just like, oh, there's only two left of a random pair of sunglasses. And similarly with those email reminders that it's back in stock, there's a reason that I went looking for that item, and so I'm gonna buy it instantly so that I don't lose it.
Especially stuff like winter boots, I feel like they sell out really fast, but then when they tell you it's back, it's like, oh yeah,
Shoes for my kids. I mean, I have to get like predominantly white, Velcro closure, something that's not atrocious. Like it's very limiting. So if I see something I like, I'm gonna buy it.
Gotcha. So you mentioned sunglasses. I thought sunglasses would be one of those things you'd have to touch and feel and try on now.
I do have to touch